Well, everyone, today's another special day. We get to talk about another video game, and this by far is one of probably the most impactful games I've personally ever owned. And the reason being is that this is actually the first game I ever played on the DS. It was the first game I ever owned on the Nintendo DS, and that's actually New Super Mario Bros. Now, I will tell you, I think this game is still worth playing. I'm going to spoil the whole video now. I think it's a beautiful game. It had so much capability at that time, and it really did showcase, what this game was capable of. Now, here's the crazy thing. This game came out in 2006, apparently, and that's crazy in my opinion, mostly because it really doesn't even feel like it was that long ago. 15 years ago this game came out apparently, and now, a lot of people talk about it. There's been a lot of successors, but this game is a crazy game for sure, and I love it. Now, here's the thing. This is the best-selling game for the Nintendo DS, but it's also one of the best-selling video games of all time. So that's why it makes it a very good, entry point of this whole entire still worth playing series that I'm doing. I want to let you guys know I'm not a video gamer. I'm not somebody who games a ton, but there's been a few games that I've played here and there, and this is one of those games. Now, this game follows the same exact suit as the original Mario's, so it's not 3D, but it's kind of like, they kind of claimed it's like a 2.5D kind of experience, which I really did like. I think Super Mario 64, that type of layout was awesome, and I really did actually like that. But this specific game, I think it was perfectly fine as well in terms of a design standpoint. Now, the storyline is essentially the same exact thing as every other Mario. Bowser comes, takes Peach, and this time it's Bowser Jr. apparently, and then you pretty much move on from there. You have to go through all these worlds and stuff, and I will be honest, after kind of replaying it and looking over footage that I've filmed, for years and years now of this specific game, I really do think, they kind of skip the ball here and there. So in total, there are 8 different worlds. There's the original world, which is like the grassland thing. There's the next one, which is the desert world. There's the island ocean world, which in my opinion is one of my favorites. But as a lot of people have criticized with that specific world, there wasn't really too much, there wasn't really too many beach level stuff, which I was kind of upset. A lot of water levels, which I never really liked. There's the forest world, there's the ice world, which is probably tied with the island ocean world, mostly because the ice world has a lot more ice levels. There's very few other levels that aren't ice levels, except for I think like a haunted house or something, and then there's like the underground, the tunnel thing. There's the Rocky Mountain world, the Sky world, which I don't really remember too much about, and then the Dark Forest world, which is essentially the last level with, Bowser's castle all the way at the end. Now, within this game, there's a couple different characters you can play as. You can play as Mario, but you can also play as Luigi using a little cheat code. And I remember fondly, or whatever that word is, early on when I played this thing, probably in 2007 when I was a little kid, of essentially modifying this thing. I think I used an action and replay. There were a lot of different cheat codes online of doing a bunch of different things, and just being able to, use some Easter eggs here and there to skip worlds and go straight to other worlds and stuff. That was definitely a lot of fun. Now, one of the least fun things ever, in my opinion, were the boss levels. I think every single boss for the most part was pretty boring, except for the main boss in the Earth world. There really wasn't too many that stand out, to be completely honest. A lot of Bowser Jr.'s and all those people that you have to fight, they were kind of annoying, I'll be completely honest. It's the same thing. They go ahead and go in their shell, they slide back and forth, you have to hit them. The main boss fight that was obviously the biggest one is the Bowser fight at the end. That was a lot of fun. I remember playing with that one a lot. But all the other ones, except for the tank one like I mentioned, and maybe some water levels here and there, for the most part, it really wasn't that super crazy, and it wasn't really too many that I remember, to be honest. But the game itself was a lot of fun. And the concept, I'm sure a lot of you know by now, you have to beat up the enemies, you have to collect the star coins, and I found myself collecting the star coins to be the funnest thing, The coins, I've never been a person that has to collect all the coins and stuff, not like New Super Mario Bros. 2 with all the coin collectors and the coin head and stuff. In this specific game, the star coins are the main priority. They actually allow you to go ahead and unlock other mushroom kingdoms and stuff. And I actually do I've heard a lot of people say they don't like the little mushroom houses that you can go and get extra mushrooms in and stuff. I actually did like that. That was a lot of fun. But what was even more funny, and what I ended up spending a lot of time on, and even some people that I knew, they spent a lot of time on, not even on the actual game itself, but the mini games, dude. The mini games on this specific cartridge was crazy, and it's just so insane how good these things were at the time. Now, there were some different ones, there were ones that allowed you to, there were some puzzle ones. To be honest, I was never a fan of the puzzle ones. I never really liked them. but the ones where you had to like draw Mario and like actually get them to different little areas and stuff, that was a lot of fun for me. I actually really did like that. The snowball one was really, really fun. I used to play that all the time, where you have to continuously go and like keep scrolling the screen to make it go faster and, you know, compile snow. The whack-a-monte thing was a lot of fun. Balloon racing, I don't really remember too much, to be honest. The bob-omb one was crazy. That one was so much fun, where you have to go and drag one bob-omb to the specific side. I wish there was a game like that for like our iPhones. I feel like it'd be kind of boring for a lot of people, but that one was such a crazy game, and I really did like that. Trampoline time, I didn't really play too much. The memory match one was actually a lot of fun. I remember playing that one a lot, and it's crazy because the same asset almost looks like they did for like the Super Mario 64 almost came for the memory match and the table games on New Super Mario Bros. So that was something that threw me off. I always found that pretty funny. Like I mentioned, the puzzle ones were really, I mean, I think they were good. The Wanted one was the only one I remember, to be honest. Although I do remember the other ones, the Wanted one was the one I remember the most. But the action ones, you know, those ones were the craziest, especially the one where you have to go, I think it's the Lakitu launch, whatever it's called, where you have to drag the, you know, turtle shells and put them all the way up. Not the turtle shells, but the spiky ones. You have to drag them from the bottom and try to put in as many in the buckets as possible. And that one was a lot of fun too, dude. And although I don't remember like every single little tiny thing of the specific game, all I do remember is playing the mini games a lot and probably the worlds that stand out. To be honest, the world that stands out the least, you know, or maybe the least impactful world is probably the Sky World. I really don't remember too much. I remember the, you know, Rocky Mountain world a lot, and I remember the Forest world a lot. But to be honest, the last two worlds, besides Bowser's Final, you know, Castle, I don't really remember too much about them. Obviously, I remember them now after like me replaying them and stuff. And for the years and years of me replaying this game on my channel, but I really don't remember those two worlds. I think even the first world is the least impactful. I think the most beautiful worlds that, you know, Nintendo's made for the specific game were probably Island Ocean and probably the Ice World. And I would probably say the Rocky Mountain world, probably a close third. But if you're somebody who hasn't played this game yet, right? If you've never played New Super Mario Bros. Ever, dude, what are you waiting for? You know, this is a perfect game for you to get started. And to be honest, you know, there's a lot of video games out there that if you haven't played the previous video games, like you may be left out. You know, maybe there's like a lot of you have to learn, but there's games out there where you can just get on any single game in the series and have a really good time. And Mario, the whole entire Mario genre, is one of those video games. Whether it's Mario Kart, whether it's Mario Party even, I guess, I don't know, or New Super Mario Bros, you know, Super Mario Odyssey, you can get on any one of those games and still feel like you're not missing out on too much, where other games, sometimes you may have to play the predecessor to, you know, get to the other one, to be completely honest. But this specific game, dude, it's very easy to pick up. These things are pretty cheap now. Actually, they may be going a price up a little bit, but this game is so awesome. There's a lot of different capability. It's still very relevant because a lot of people talk about it. The successor to this game was, you know, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and then there was the Wii U version and the 3DS version as well, which I've played the 3DS version. I haven't played the Wii U version yet, and I've completed the Wii version, and I can definitely tell you this is a great game. I love this game a lot. It definitely means a lot to me, and although it's not perfect, like I mentioned, there's some boss levels that are pretty boring. I think for the most part it's a lot of fun, and I would still recommend you guys to play it, whether it's one player or two player, because you can play two player here, but it's really not that worthwhile in my opinion. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions, or if you played this game too, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.